Now, Chet is joined by our locally visit for Fish, Wildlife, and Parks. Chet.
Well, thanks, Missy. 619. Now, we don't often get a chance to do this live this week in Fish and Wildlife, but we're getting an update. Ben Alexander joining us this morning. You and I sat down and talked in February. Your group got together in January at the request of Governor Steve Bullock. It's the Parks and Focus Commission. Back in February, we talked about where you're heading with all of that. Here we are 10 months later. Where you been with all of that, Ben?
Thanks, Chet. I'm helping to staff a governor-appointed commission focusing on rebuilding our state park system. And we've been working for 10 months, listening to Montanans, holding public meetings, doing research, looking at the best state park systems in our region. And we've come up with a set of draft recommendations for improving our state park systems for Montanans. And
we've got a great system here. You've had an opportunity to explore some of that here in the last few months.
That's right, Chet. We've got 55 state parks across Montana, from Brush Lake in the far northeast to Bannock in the southwest. And they run the gamut from parks that focus on Montana's history and heritage to those that provide incredible recreational experiences and those that feature some of our most unique natural areas like Makoshika State Park.
Some of the findings, I know, just touching base with you about this, is the parks are being used. We're struggling a little bit funding some of that. I think that's what you've, one of the things that the group has learned here in the last 10 months.
That's right, Chet. I think really the genesis of the Parks and Focus Commission is to look at options to generate new funding sources to support the system. We have, as you mentioned, 55 state parks, 2.6 million visits last year and growing, but we have a flat or declining budget if you adjust for inflation. And frankly, the wheels are coming off the bus. We have over $20 million in major capital and maintenance expenses that have been deferred. We have staff that are working their best and highly dedicated to what they do, but they simply don't have the staff resources to provide for the visitor experience that we'd like. And so we're looking at a range of options, including government revenue sources, philanthropic sources, and earned revenue options to increase the revenue to help our parks function.
The 10 months worth of work, do you feel that going forward it was worth that? Do you think you've learned what you needed to, and do you think you're able to pitch it to get us to the next level? Well,
I think the Commission feels good about the suite of recommendations we've been able to make, and we're at that point now where we're seeking more robust public comment. And Chet, we have a 2-week window now where we are posting these draft recommendations for review by the public. And we're very fortunate in Montana in that all of our meetings are open, in daylight, sunshine laws, and the rest. And we're a relatively small state in population, so your voice matters. And we really want to encourage people to take a look at these draft recommendations and let us know what they think. And they can do that by visiting the website Charting a New Tomorrow. That's chartinganewtomorrow.com.
Perfect.
And that's where the draft recommendations are posted. There's an online form you can fill out, and we'll get those and analyze those comments, and we'll bake those into the final recommendations that we'll submit to the governor.
That's perfect. Again, Ben Alexander joining us live this morning. We're going to continue to check in with you on that, but again, Charting
a New Tomorrow.
Chartinganewtomorrow.com. That's perfect. Go on and check that out until November 7th. You can comment until then.
That's right, Chet.
That's perfect. Ben, thanks for joining us. Appreciate that very much.
Thanks for having us.
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Matt has your forecast. Stick around.
This Week in Fish and Wildlife was brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places.